In this video, we learn some interesting telephone etiquettes. Before we move ahead, let me cite a quick example, a very interesting one. I recently called up a restaurant to order pizza. I placed the order, but the wait staff put me on hold for literally 5 long minutes. I was absolutely frustrated. He returned back and ended the call. Though I received the delivery on time, but they had lost a valuable customer because I had decided never to approach the restaurant again. I'm sure you understand why telephone manners or why telephone etiquettes are important from this example. Let me share some more benefits. 1. Telephone etiquettes helps us to work on the errors or to avoid flaws or errors in communication. Point number 2. Telephone is a source where you're absolutely invisible. You cannot be seen. You cannot make hand gestures or use your body language to describe things. So, telephone etiquettes and manners help you to understand how to communicate professionally and confidently over the phone. Now, as we understand why, let's clarify how we do it. So, point number 1, do not be direct. Let me cite an instance. Once a person called Mr. John. He said, "Can I speak to Mr. John, please?" Now, when you start the call on this note, the person who receives the call might not like it. His wife, for instance, might not like somebody calling Mr. John directly. So, the tip is that when you call someone, first introduce yourself. "Hello, my name is Rashmi. I'm calling from ABC Company. Can I please speak to Mr. John?" So, avoid being direct. Point number 2, speak clear. Have a raised tone, have clear pronunciations, and intonate if possible. Because the person on the other end might be hard of listening or hearing. Speak very clear. Each and every single word should be clear in pronunciation. Point number 3, listen actively. Many a times we take up a lot of data, we receive messages, you got to listen very actively. Otherwise, you end up missing some part of the message or the data given. Point number 4, research. Especially this is a very, very important point in business scenario. When you call someone, research the person's background beforehand. Let me give you an interesting example again. A salesman from a sales company, ABC Limited, called Mr. John. He said, "Can I speak to Mr. John, please? My name is Robert. I'm calling from ABC Company." The person who received the call said, "Sorry, Mr. John is in the hospital." As soon Robert heard this, he said, "Oh, I'm sorry. I hope he's fine." The person said, "Are you crazy? He's a doctor at the hospital." Now, though the incident seems funny, here you might end up losing image in a business scenario. So please be well researched before you make any call. Have a background check before you make a call. Point number 5, keep a pen and paper handy. Though it seems very old school, but pen and paper will help you in situations when you're absolutely tongue-tied. You can also download all the data, take up messages using a pen and paper. Point number 6, descriptive language. Now understand, on a call, you cannot make hand gestures, you cannot use body language. So imagine yourself to be like a radio jockey. A radio jockey only uses his voice, his intonation to help clear out the message. Whenever you're speaking about any colors, you want to describe shape, use the right vocab, use the right words. Avoid making any hand gestures or hand movements. It's of no use because you're absolutely invisible on a call. Point number 7, ringtones and caller tones. Ringtones and caller tones are a straight no-no when it comes to professional scenario. Imagine a student being called by the HR, inviting him for an HR interview, and the first thing she listens to is Bollywood music. Trust me, they're not interested. So please do not have fancy ringtones and caller tones. Point number 8, end the call. Always listen to the caller. Ask him questions like, "Are we done?" Or ask him questions like, "Is that all?" Or ask him questions like, "Is there anything else you would like me to help you with?" And then End the call professionally, not abruptly. So these were 8 pointers which we need to follow when it comes to telephone etiquettes. Let's run down all the 8 points. Point number 1, do not be direct. Point number 2, speak clear, pronounce well. Point number 3, listen actively. Point number 4, research well before you make a call. Point number 5, keep a pen and paper handy. Point number 6, use descriptive language, avoid any hand gestures or any other body language. Point number 7, ringtones and caller tones are a straight no-no. Point number 8, end the call professionally, not abruptly. Thank you so much. You have a wonderful day ahead.